Yeah, sure. Hey guys, before we get into anything related to this video, I would like to say go check out my first Armored Core video. That was one of the videos I actually worked pretty hard on, so I hope you guys can go check it out. So with that out the way, I would like to say something. So after creating my first video, I would like to say that I, my friends, am a dumbass. Cause tell me why. Look, just stick with me, please. Just tell me why after I make my first Armored Core video. When I make my first Armored Core video, I'm like, alright, cool. I feel confident. I don't need these video recordings anymore. Let me just go and delete it. I accidentally deleted my fucking footage for the next chapter. This chapter 2 is already done. I just deleted it. It was gone. And I had to restart the game and everything. And redo everything I've done just so I can get back to this point. So yeah, that was a fun 2 hours. I'm glad I can never get that back. Fuck! Anyways, welcome back to Armored Core. I'm back to playing chapter 2 now. And I'm gonna tell you now, it's just as big as a shitfest, if not worse than the last one. This chapter actually may be a little shorter than the last one. But just because it's shorter, that doesn't mean there's not much to talk about. So, with that being said, let's start this up. After putting belt to ass to Balteus, right after destroying the core, it ended up causing a massive coral surge, which is what we actually ended up seeing in the last chapter. And it's definitely not going unnoticed, so not much we can do there. Cat's out of the bag, we gotta move on. From there, we somehow make it back to the base where, from what I am getting, is autopilot, where Walter calls us and then gives us some more information about what's going on from our little fuck up. He goes on about how all the coral from the surge seems to be heading in one direction, seems to be going to the central ice field, which is across the ocean. Simple, right? The only thing is, how can we get there? But before we can even get to that, he talks about Ira. He talks about her and describes it as some sort of side effect that other people in older generation augmentation. Oh my god, I fucking hate myself. And to just ignore it. Walter definitely thinks I'm going crazy. Get out of my head. After that lovely conversation, the voice in my head is back. Yay! Due to the explosion from destroying the core, it ended up wiping out... Sorry. It ended up vaporizing a bay area in the north. Yeah, that was definitely not going to go unnoticed. But surprisingly is what she said, that whatever that explosion caused was nothing else compared to what the fire's Iris caused. Yeah, so much for being positive. I'm so glad that I have to hear that. For now, she wants to work with me and stay in my head for the time being until we can actually head over there to the Coral Convergence. She wants to actually go and see how the struggle would end. But it's not like I have a choice anyways of whether or not she stays in my head, since I assume she's stuck there and it's out of my will. I can't do anything, so enough of that. After that, we get another call from Walter, because these guys have nothing better to do. This time he talks about some business to take care of and to just rest for the time being. But I really doubt that's gonna happen.
That's an order.
Raven.
With me being right, since Irie comes in after that little conversation and says for me to take on a mission from Balaam. But before any of that, you know what time it is. Well, before we can do anything, it's time for us to do some arenas. Anyways, with all that done and those guys tasting the leather off my belt, we get into the first mission. Of course, Balaam wants us to go survey the central ice field to confirm Walter's information. They want me to do that, but there's only one major issue, is how the fuck am I actually gonna get there? But of course, Ira has the solution, with her explaining for me to go to some sort of factory where they have a machine where they launch cargo, load myself in, and to launch my ass across the ocean. It sounds pretty simple, right? Wrong. Oh, so very wrong. Well, for the reason of that, it's because it's on the upper level of a place called Grid 86, which is home of the Dozers. What's a Dozer, you might ask? They're a group known for using coral as a drug. So yeah, that's fun. But they're not the only ones here in this facility. There's actually a group called RAD, who are known as arms dealers. With druggies and dealers to watch out for, I could definitely tell this isn't going to be as smooth as I thought. When is it ever? But enough of this. Let's get started.
Commencing infiltration to grid 086. Creating backdoor into system. Deactivating lock on vertical catapult. Connecting steam cylinders. Launching. Let's get to work, shall we?
Main system activating combat mode.
With us landing, I suppose it's time to give these guys a little surprise. Show them what I made it for.
Who's this tourist? You think you can just waltz straight in here? Hope you're watching, boss. Leave it to him. No! Mad stuff!
Yeah, for someone being as cocky as him, he definitely deserved that. So, yeah, why don't you stay being last in the arena, you weak bitch?
Looks like you're having fun, tourist. You know, RAD loves a good welcome party. Come on in, and let's get acquainted.
It seems Carla is more inviting than I thought, but who am I to be so rude and not take up that opportunity? So once in, with a little moving around here and a little fighting there, I make it to the upper level and receive a little surprise.
Barely forgot your fireworks.
Yeah, I didn't really have a reaction playing this since I've done this before, and writing this script now only annoys me even more than I should be. So I shouldn't be too bad, right? Right?
Alright, tourist. That's enough. You've made your point. I surrender. It's just not worth the losses. Come on, I'll let you through. Up along now.
After taking care of that trash, Carla finally decides to play smart and surrender to me. Actually, no, fuck that. I would like to say for right now, the way I was playing, it annoys me because like I said, now that I'm looking at this, it annoys me even more. Because when I first did that, I actually got killed by it, by that big explosion. But now, since I was already here, I can't just go and fake it. So and that's what annoys me. It annoys me so much. Because like those first reactions are what are important. So I can't just be fake. I can't even be fake. So anyways, enough of this. We gotta get back into this. So after taking care of that trash, Carla decides to play smart for once and surrendered. Once I was in and got resupplied, it's time to go have a chat with her.
Not afraid of anything, are you? I like that, tourist.
Oh shit.
Too bad that this is goodbye.
Fucking hell. Yeah, of course not. No one ever just wants to sit down and talk. They just want to kill me. Like I've done anything to them. This big bitch, aka the smart cleaner, it's Cinder Carla's little farewell gift. That's all just for me. How fucking how lovely. How quaint. With an even higher defense and stagger meter than that of the fucking Juggernaut, it only has 2 weak points. That being that little funnel on top where you have to fly above, that's of course shaped like a volcano. Oh yeah, spoilers. It's actually like a volcano too. And the only other weak point it's got is at the front. Of course, that little tiny square. Easy, right? No. Since it's hard enough trying to aim for the fucking thing, while it's already moves around so much that there's also those giant two salt blades that she loves swinging around apparently. From dodging to aiming and doing with not getting burned, because apparently a robot has a burn effect and I have to shuffle to see which weapon actually suits this fight. I'm actually proud to say this, my first run doing this took way longer than I did, but since no one wants to be civilized anymore, let's get this over with.
confirmed.
That was so much easier than when I did the first time. Once that was done, CC finally decides to help out and is willing to show us the way to the top. But anyways, I gotta accept how thoughtful she was and just ignore the fact of me having a massive headache fighting this bitch. With that mission over, we're back at the hangar and Irie talks about how to be wary of CC. Yes, I'm gonna be calling her CC from now. Probably. Since this actually might be one of her traps. It's not like this is her first time. But we don't have any better options, so we have to trust her. In the briefing, CC explains that before anything, I must help her out with something. Because it can't be that easy. Since I quote-unquote destroyed her defenses, other rival dozers are coming in order to take over. And it's my job to deal with them. Maybe if your group didn't attack mine, it wouldn't be so bad. The group is called the Junker Coyotes, and CC is definitely not fond of these bastards. And from what she's saying is they're also using RADs, MTs. So it's better just to be cautious since those guys are actually pretty tough to deal with. So with what we know, let's go and deal with this. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. These guys were actually pretty easy. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I had literally no difficulty taking them on. With finally securing CC's help, we head back and we get a call from Walter. So we found out about the Balaam job we took and actually gave a compliment, which is surprising. And here I thought I was just disposable for him. After giving us a compliment on coming up with that, I'm sorry, Irie. I'm taking the fucking credit this time. You're not the one suffering, I am. We get the call to the final mission of Chapter 2. Yeah, as I've said, this chapter is pretty short compared to the last one. Irie talks to us and explains that we're almost to the top, and thanks to CC helping us, it's been much easier, even if she's not that trustworthy. Oh, one more note before we continue. Irie talked about the word Cinder that's in Carla's name. So, from what she's explaining is that Cinder is a name for what people who survived the Fire of Ibis are called. But since the Fire of Ibis happened half a century ago, either, no offense, Carla's immortal or she's old as shit. Irie plays that as just a joke the dozers use, but you can't just drop that knowledge. So I definitely don't think that's the case. So with the coming of missions that we've played with Irie so far, I could definitely say she seems to be enjoying working with us.
This will be our third sortie together, Raven. I'm quite enjoying the routine.
And I'll be honest, in the beginning when we first came across her, I was a little hesitant at first. Since, I don't know, maybe the fact that this random girl goes into my head and starts telling me shit. But to be honest, she definitely seems more trustworthy. These last couple of missions, even though dangerous, definitely been helpful leading to where we have to go. So from my point, I believe I can trust her from here on out. Hopefully nothing goes wrong with that. So starting the mission out, we have CC opening up the doors leading to the elevator, which takes us to the very top known as the outer shell. Once we're actually up there, Carla states that it's out of her area there, and also gives a quick note that some dozers actually got killed trying to prove themselves. So I'm glad that she can just drop that little fun fact for me. So yeah, a funny reason for why these dumbass dozers decided to die is because of the one and only PCA. Of course it's a PCA. Why wouldn't it be? To make it worse, they got orbital cannons. So
Powerful laser. Be careful, Raven.
Nice moves, tourist.
yeah, sure. And those orbital cannons are being shot from outer space with their satellites. So, which actually, quick tip, I believe if I am correct, we got shot down by one of those in the very beginning. Also, another thing, why do they have the best stuff? With Balteus and all the other things I've had to deal with, they've been just coming with more and more cool shit as it's been going along. It's like me being a kid, getting a fucking squirt gun, those little ones that you can only press once, while the cool kids, aka the PSA, got like those fucking expensive water guns that you'd be seeing on like Temu or some shit, or on TikTok. Anyways, enough of that. I'm getting mad just talking about it, because I'm about to be getting mad over this. Fuck you! Yeah, I'm not as good as I originally thought I was, given the fact that I've been in this level before. After scraping by that hellhole, which, God, it took longer than I thought. We actually ended up making it to the cargo launcher. Wasn't that far of a distance, but you know what? I'm not complaining.
You can just step inside.
Wait. Enemy detected.
Oh shit.
machine.
From like I've said before, nothing's easy with these guys. There's always something. This lovely piece of work that I'm so glad to introduce is from what Carla would call a sea weapon, or aka the sea spider. While trying to focus what she was saying while also trying not to die, from what I'm getting at is, with my little tiny brain, is this piece of lovely work is actually a relic made by the Institute, which actually probably confirms why Carla might be older than she seems, since the Institute used to be back when before the fire of Ibis happened. But I can't focus on this for now. Even Irie says this one is different from the others. And she's actually right on this, because while I'm watching this footage and typing this fucking script, the sea spider's absolutely whooping the shit out of me. And not even a full minute, and I've already used all my healing items. With my health being in a worrisome spot, I managed to take him down to a third of its health.
Focus on evasive action.
Ow, fuck.
Please see what the... It's taking off.
Another coral response. Watch out.
Now, this could be some good R&D data.
So yeah, this scrap of shit can fly. And may I mention, this machine can also use coral? And the fact of how unexpected this was, even Irie was confused. So what do I got now? I got lasers, slam attacks, laser cannons, and coral attacks. This beefed up motherfucker got everything with nothing left to lose. And this thing blocking the path ahead to my mission. There's nothing left than to tear this thing apart. Come on! Let's get this over with! You're in!
Systems down. The generator's going to explode. They were using coral for fuel.
That was quite the show, tourist. How about we get back on track?
Well, it's over. It was actually a fun fight, but there's no time for me to just stand around. Let's load up and head off.
Brace yourself. By the way, tourist, you're Walter's hound, right? Well, I guess a dog can't choose its master. But still, tough luck. I feel sorry for you, I really do. Oh, and one more thing. You know the cargo launcher's strictly for cargo, right? No one's ever used it to launch themselves before. At least not in one piece. Hope your luck changes.
Raven? You see it too, don't you? The voices of the coral. Currents coursing across Rubicon. Walter was correct in his judgment. coral. It's here, in this desolate place.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. I can't even make a promise. I was gonna say maybe I'll decide to step up a bit, but nah, to be honest, I just want to keep doing this. I've always been kind of held back doing it. I want to see if I can take this a little bit more seriously. I've kind of been lacking on this, I know. So this won't be the only game I'm gonna be playing. Maybe the next video will be something different. But anyways, I hope you subscribe, and I hope to continue this and other games as I grow. But I hope you enjoyed it. It's always something that I've really liked doing, and the fact that I could put work into this and see my completion after this, it makes it feel good. So yeah, please like and subscribe. It would be very grateful. So hope you have a good day. Peace.